Cool. Okay. This is so weird.
I don't have anything to open.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
That's okay.
Well,
I think
have
it's okay.
this. Hold on. I made Tom go to CVS and buy a bottle of Bailey's. So listen.
Oh, yeah.
I do have a cup of coffee, so I'll cheers you.
Okay. I have Bailey's in my coffee. I've got a slight hangover, so I'm currently staring down a bottle of Pedialyte, a glass of orange juice, a bottle of Evian water, a carafe of coffee, a bottle of Bailey's, and a plate of biscuits and gravy with a poached egg on top.
God damn, you were living that Vegas life.
That sounds pretty awesome.
I'm wearing a robe that I got from Rihanna's lingerie collection.
What?
Which is extremely comfortable. And staring down, I packed into my suitcase the little Charlie Brown Christmas tree that we have so that I could bring it. So I'm looking at that. And then there's a mirror in front of me. And behind that, I can see, I don't know, some fancy fucking Vegas hotels. And then every 30 seconds or so, you just hear, because there's a roller coaster outside my window.
Oh, man.
And you know what? All of that is really weird and funny, and we could talk about all of it, and maybe we will. But at the end of the day, all I care about is that they worked the hernia back in.
Yes, they did.
And with that, welcome to Outlander Drunkcast and Outlander Podcast. I'm Allison.
I'm Julie.
That's Janine.
Hey.
And we are recording in 3 separate places. Julie and Janine are, I'm assuming, both in Chicago. Janine, you didn't go on a business trip or something, right?
No, not this week.
Okay. Yeah. So they're in Chicago in their respective homes. Well, I am sitting at a desk in a hotel room in Las Vegas, drinking my 9 beverages and getting ready to spend a day with Tom's family. So.
Woo!
Woohoo.
This really is the 21st century we're living in right now.
It's so weird.
It's really weird. It's very weird. I'm so used to doing this with Alistair for Debating Doctor Who, but it's very strange to be doing it with y'all. But I'm excited that we are, because this way we get to send everybody a nice little episode for Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas time is here. Christmas time is here.
It's wonderful.
Christmas time is here.
So I guess we should just talk about the things. Mostly I just want to get to the hernia, though.
Okay, well, let's blow through this. Outlander, Season 4, Episode 8, Wilmington, the title card. Everybody's getting ready to watch a play in the theater. And I'm like, ugh. And then it cuts to Roger in North Carolina in 1769. He's walking around like a dumbass showing everyone the charcoal sketch of Brie. Have you seen this lady? And then he stops in front of a window and sees a newspaper. And I think it's the same printer. His name is John Gillette that printed the obituary notice. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if he was trying to find the date or what, but he just looks real pissed. Like he's going to go in and slap John Gillette across the face a few times. And then Fergus shows up somehow. Does Fergus say something to him or talk to the printer?
Yeah, Fergus is talking he's telling the printer about like deliveries or so. We've learned that this is Fergus's day job. He's somehow working with this printer.
Mm-hmm. And I said, yes, that was Fergus because there's muesli.
Yes. And he also is one of the people that Roger says, have you seen this lady?
Yeah.
And he goes, no, monsieur, I have not. And then he runs away to muesli and their bairn.
Bairn.
It's a good word. Did we lose Julie?
Oh, no.
Oh,
you guys, I can't hear anything.
Oh, no.
But we can hear you.
Okay. Well, then I'm just going to keep talking. I can hear you now. It's weird. It just cuts out every once in a while.
Y'all, this is going to be a tricky episode, but it's okay.
I think that's okay. Like I said, we're going to fucking blow through this. So here's muesli, and guess what? That baby got born. And Jamie and Claire are there. And we're going to get some fucking hot-ass exposition here when we find out that they're going to the theater with Governor Tryon. With Governor Tryon. And they're going to meet some dude named Edward Fanning, Governor Tryon's guy. They're going to meet at the theater. And then there's a nice little scene between Muesli and Claire where Muesli's like, I love being a mom. And she really gets into it really deeply. And then I wrote here, something's going to happen to this baby because they're making a BFD about it.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, she's like, I would stab somebody in the stomach. Or I don't know, whatever. Something bad's going to happen to that baby.
She would stab herself in the stomach.
Okay, sure.
To be really clear.
Sure.
Because I actually have no trouble believing that muesli would stab somebody in the stomach.
No.
Stabbing yourself in the stomach is like a new level of intense. She's extreme mom.
She's got some shivs in the drawer. Roger has had a long day of walking around saying, have you seen this lady? And so he goes to the pub and he sits down and he spills his beer all over the sketch. And I'm like, that's like me. That's like something that would happen to me.
Well, and then he doesn't blot it. So, like, maybe he's a fancy historian, but he hasn't learned how fucking charcoal works. Because he drops his beer on the thing and is like, oop, I guess I better wipe this up. And he wipes it and it smears. Then he's like, oh, no. So then he wipes it some more on his own coat. I'm like, Roger, blot.
He's like
Nope.
he's like one of those bad infomercial actors. Like, why is everything so hard? Oh God.
And then I wrote in all caps, how will he find her? And then, oh, she's there. So we hear a dulcet tone of a American accent say something about lodging a room. Roger turns around and sees Bree. And then they hug. And Lizzie is freaked out about it. And they really want to make out, but they can't do this in public in 1769. Nice, or whatever time they are. And so they take it outside. And Lizzie's watching them through the window, and their conversation is very intense. And it looks a little bit like Roger is manhandling Bree, and Lizzie does not like Win. And then they decide to find a more private area. So they end up in like a blacksmith's shop. Allison, wait, I know.
Something.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? And does somebody work there? Because there's a fire. And like, where the fuck is everyone? I guess it doesn't
don't
really
know.
matter. Yeah.
I have no idea. It's in the books. It's a barn. It's like
Right.
a barn in the dark.
And you told
And
us
they're
there
all
was like manure and shit.
Well,
I get it.
I mean, I assume there was manure and shit. It's a barn, right? Like, but what I know is that it's like a big tuft of hay, and that they're all like, "Ooh, I wish I could see you, but I'm just gonna have to see you with my fingers and
And
like
my
all
tongue."
that shit and my tongue."
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So they get into the blacksmith shop, and then I'm like, great, we're going to get down to it. It's only going to take 15 minutes to take all these clothes off. Let's do this. And then Brianna brings back up the fact that Roger was like, I don't want to have sex with you unless we're married, like some kind of purity test nonsense. And then she's like, you know what? I'll marry you, yo. You traveled through time for me. I feel like that's cool. And then Roger, ever the brilliant young man, is like, well, we can't, there's no priest for here right now, but if I want to get my dick wet, I got to get married. Let's do this like hand fast action, like some old Celtic shit. Let's just get in front of the fire and tie our hands together and ply our troth? How do you say it?
Pledge our troth.
Pledge our troth.
Fun fact, in the books, and I don't remember whether or not this happens on the show, I don't think it does, but when Muesli and Fergus show up on the ship to be spirited across the waves in a quest to save wee Ian, the reason that Jamie doesn't send her immediately home is that he says they're handfast. They decided to get handfast. Yeah.
So it's like the old-timey version of eloped, but there's no witnesses.
Yeah. That's
So you
correct.
could essentially just walk around and be like, I want a bone, let's handfast, I divorce you.
Well, you have a year and a day.
Ah, that's
the end
right.
of a year and a day. If you no longer want to bone, or you don't want to bone that person, or you'd like to bone that person, but recreationally, not maritally, then you can say, no, we're not married. Our handfast pledge is up.
A year and a day.
Oh, interesting. That's like an old timey going steady kind of thing. It's like
Yeah.
it's just
but
you
with
and
fucking.
But with boning. Because
Well,
that's where we're
These
that's
are
where
things
we're
I-
head here.
We are
this is what I-
going to Bone Town.
Yeah,
We
Bone
are.
Town.
Get on the train. Toot toot.
I can get behind this. This is gonna be great.
Oh, see, now that sounds dirty,
you
too.
hurt. She's naked a lot. And then, once again, I can't hear you guys, so I'm just going to keep talking. So it cuts back to, the theater. And here we meet Mr. Edward Fanning. He's the leader of the militia and a judge, which I think sounds kind of like a conflict of
Oh
interest.
no,
but
she's
never
completely
mind
gone
me.
now.
And he's acting kind of weird. He's like touching his belly. And he's like, oh,
Guys,
and it's like,
we
does
lost
he have
Julie.
gas? What the fuck is wrong with him? No, he's injured.
Being kind of a butt.
It's
What if we release
a
like,
hernia.
maybe when Julie gets back, Janine, and we're not cutting any of this. Maybe
Yeah.
when Julie gets back, we just talk
Oh,
about
no.
the fucking, and it can be like a bonus Christmas episode, and then we can do a real episode after I get back.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Let's just talk about the fucking. Because I hear
fucking. Did
'cause
you
I-
watch?
No, and No. Well, I got plans tonight, I guess. Maybe, yeah.
There's some good fucking. There's
Yeah,
a lot of heavy breathing.
I feel a little bit. I'm trying to say I'm excited to watch this, and I'm going to make it a point to watch this. But now I feel like every time frame I'm going to say I'm going to watch it implies. I'm just excited to watch it. That's going to listen with that. Fuck it.
You're worried people are going to think you're wanking it?
Yep.
Okay, I'm back.
Hi, Julie.
You're
I'm
back.
That's so fucking weird. It just kicked me right off. But I have full Wi-Fi. Whatever. We're in the future, and I know where we were. Hernia. Allison, please take it away.
Oh, I'm so excited about this hernia. The second that guy walked up and was like grabbing his side and shit, I was like, oh my God, we're going to get it. We're going to get the party hernia. I'm so excited. And then when Jamie was like, hey, I need some cover. I've got to go help Murta because like an idiot, he's trying to rob the fucking He's basically, Murta is old-timesy robbing an armored car. Am I wrong? That's what's happening. It's the old-timesy equivalent of robbing an armored car.
Oh no,
did we lose Julie again? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, it is the old-timesy equivalent of robbing an armored car. I'll just finish my own joke and affirm that I'm correct. And
I'm here. I just can't hear you guys.
weird.
We're typing.
I can
messages.
see your volume thing moving though, so I can just pop in whenever volume quits moving until you come back.
That'd be a really fun.
What? Now I just want to make noise constantly and just let Julie wonder. Like I'm just going to talk for him. I'm just going to keep talking. I'm just going to nonstop keep talking so that she doesn't know what the hell's going on. It's just going to be a nonstop. And then I'm going to keep making this noise. Wow. 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 I'm so tired. It's not all nonsense, Janine. I'm not sure this is going to work, you guys. Janine, tell Julie that we're not sure it's going to work.
Julie, we aren't sure that
She can't hear us.
I know. I'm typing it out so everyone
I
knows what I'm doing. This is how movies work, right? Where you type and say things at the same time. Which this is going to work out. We are just gonna talk about the boning.
Let's I'm gonna see what it sounds like when I sing yakety sax into the mic. Hold on, let me send this message to Julie. This is what yakety sax looks like in audio monitor form. 3, 2, 1. That was less entertaining than I thought it was going to be.
My last message was, "Oh man, this has gone off the rails." And
I can see it.
And
Let's
Julie, this is for our listeners, because
Julie,
we're still
unmute and talk about your feelings about the hernia, and then I'll talk about my feelings about the hernia, and then we'll talk about the boning, and then we'll be done.
Okay.
Okay, hernia feelings. When it showed up, I was like, fuck yeah, because it was supposed to be the hernia that the big woodsman dude had, but now we're going to give it to old Governor Tryon's best bud here, and it's going to be at the theater. And I knew that it was going to turn into the operation scene that Allison had mentioned happened to John Quincy what's his fuck. And if we're just talking about the theater and the hernia, so eventually they sit down to watch the play after they meet George Washington and Martha Washington. They sit down to watch the play, and Edward can't help it anymore. I mean, he's exploding. He starts to freak out. Claire runs him out, lays him down on a table, straight up just cuts into his guts. And everybody's all freaked out about it. And Governor Tryon is trying to be a little shady about Lady Doctor, but then he sees she's really helping. And then an quote-unquote actual surgeon with a penis shows up, and he says something about, lady, you're going to kill him. All he needs is tobacco smoke up his rear.
God.
And that made me laugh like really hard because I want to. Oh, that's right. Allison reminded me. Jamie does punch the hernia. Is that just to get him out of the fucking room so that Claire can operate on him? I don't know. Whatever. She operates on him, and he's going to live. And now Governor Tryon is trying to respect Claire. So that's the way the hernia story ends. Jamie has to leave because he's got to go warn Murtaugh about this fucking stagecoach robbery. Whatever.
The armored
He
car.
catches a ride with George and Martha and makes it back just in time. Whew. So that's my thoughts on the hernia shit.
Okay, so I'm adding the things that I would have said to Julie if she could hear me. And she'll just hear them in post. Yeah, Jamie. So the guy is obviously in pain, right? Like he's obviously already in pain. But then Jamie is like, "Oh no, you need a doctor. Oh wait, I have an idea." And then he straight up punches him in the hernia, like
God.
really hard. And he's like, "Did I kill him?" And Claire's like, "No, you probably saved his life because he needs an actual doctor." And yes, I agree. The tobacco smoke was good. I could have used more like holding her scalpel in the air so it catches the light and putting on a show, but it was still very fun. All right, what we're going to do now is real quick talk about the fucking. We're going to treat this like a bonus episode. We'll record a proper episode, probably 2 episodes combined next week. Janine, does that sound good to you?
Oh, yeah, that sounds great for me.
Okay, all right, so now I'm going to tell Julie in chat to talk about the fucking. About the fucking.
Dear listener, you can hear us typing away.
Okay, so here's what I wrote down about the fucking.
She can't hear any of this.
Okay, I wrote, back to Bree and Roger. We're doing this with my body I thee worship, which is part of the hand fast, and I thought that was pretty hot. And I'm like, Richard is a really good actor.
Oh, no.
And then I wrote, that tiny man ponytail, though. Boner killer. And then, seriously, does no one work in this place? It shows Lizzie be nervous a little bit, and then, shh. We're back to the play. We'll skip to Roger and Bree. And my first note is, will they just do it now, please? And then Sophie Skelton gets naked, and she's very beautiful and has a beautiful ass.
Oh, God.
And then I'm like, your turn, Roger. And then I wrote, is he hairy? I bet he's hairy. He's fucking hairy. He's got a goddamn tail patch. I messaged Allison after I watched this episode, and I was like, he's hairy like Alec Baldwin in Prelude to a Kiss hairy. It's like a rug.
My God.
He's just hairy, man. He's very hirsute. And then he says, if I take you now, it'll be for always. And she's like, just put it in. And then they fuck. And it is very hot. And they are doing it. And then he decides he's going to eat her out. And I cheered out loud. Neil was in the other room watching something else. And I was in the bedroom with my headphones on. And I'm all like, yay! I actually wrote, thank God, in my notes. And then we're back to the play. Sorry, I'm in my note. Oh, here's my next fucking note. Yep, he hairy as fuck. And then they finish the incredible boning. By the way, thank you, Sophie Skelton and Richard Rankin, for bringing boning back to Bonetown. I'm really happy about it. And then she says, did I do it right? And I'm like, God damn the patriarchy. And then they discuss how he's so satisfied that he's got to just, like, he doesn't have any bones left in his body, which I thought was hilarious because he has one bone and she goes down to suck it. And I'm like, what a modern marriage. And that's kind of the end of the doing it before the fighting starts.
Oh, man. Awesome.
Cool. I'll take it for a minute. All right. So Julie is correct. Here's a fun book fact that she's going to hear when she edits this because she can't hear us talking. In the book, when they're fooling around in their total dark, she, goes downtown to I'm trying to think of a really funny euphemism for sucking a cock.
She goes downtown to the Empire State Building.
No, to fillet his member.
But to
I don't know.
to butter the corn.
To butter the corn. Okay, we'll go with butter the corn.
We need
To enjoy the ice pop. I don't know. Anyway, to boil the hot dog. How about that?
Jeez.
Anyway, she's sucking his dick. And in the book, he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Where'd you learn that? And she goes, I mean, I read about it in a book. And it was the most Hermione Granger moment in all of Outlander. And I love it so much, and I kind of wish they had kept it. But alas, it would have been pretty funny if they did, though.
Oh, man.
Anyway. Yeah, I also think that the fucking was pretty hot. I look forward to hearing Janine's thoughts on the fucking.
I can't wait to watch this. It sounds like there's so much to enjoy.
My favorite bit is when after she's like, yeah, put it in. And he does. Then he stops and she's like, what? Oh no, what's wrong? What'd I do? Which is a very human response. And he's like, oh, nothing. I just want to make this last. And that's when he decides to eat her out. And it is amazing. And people should take notes. Anyway, it is. It's very good. It's a very hot sex scene. Thank God. We needed one of those.
Oh.
I am going to have Julie come back on and say some more things, and then I'm going to read our list of patrons. Janine, is there anything else that we have to do? Because this is kind of a bust.
No, this is fun, and yep, we'll do this again.
Okay. Julie, closing thoughts. You know what? I should have checked it all on Julie's computer before I left, because this thing works without hitch for me every fucking week.
Well, and I'm looking at her her latency, and it looks like maybe she just needs to be close to the route. I mean, it might not be that simple, but her latency is really low compared to
who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, Julie, closing thoughts. Maybe not.
It's kind of interesting how Julie is a little bit like Sophie right now.
No!
She could let us know what she thinks. But she
Okay.
can't hear us.
She's just going to come back.
Sorry, I'm back. I was trying to figure out whether or not my headphones were just fucked up.
Oh.
So anyway, closing thoughts. I had predicted the rape, Brianna's rape by Stephen Bonnet, so I fucking saw it coming a mile away. She saw the ring.
Oh.
It was terrible. I will say this. Over the last couple of days since I watched that episode, I cannot stop thinking about the way that they filmed it, with the camera being on all the men in the next room and their reactions. I thought it was really good.
No, we lose her again? Yeah.
Okay.
Some of the guys
that's okay, because
were...
we'll cover a lot of this stuff. I agree with her. I think the way that they shot that scene was really... Oh, yeah, okay. That's it.
Darn.
I think the way they shot that scene was really amazing and thoughtful and upsetting, and I am looking forward to talking about it. Is the wrong word,
God.
but I think it'll be good to talk about. So y'all, you're gonna. Oh, Janine, go ahead. What?
Oh, I just realized that this episode, hearing you talk about it now, I realized, I was all excited about the naked fucking, but now I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a roller coaster, that's outside of your window right now. It's gonna be.
Yeah, it is.
There's gonna be a lot going on. Oh goodness. Okay.
It is going to be like the roller coaster outside of my window. So, we are going to do a proper episode next week. We'll do some brief thoughts on this one, and then the full episode in time for your New Year's or whatever the fuck. We just wanted to get this one to you in time, and instead you're going to get this documentary podcast about the making of a hot damn mess.
Oh!
So yeah. I will say Julie, was killing it. I wish that she could hear this, but I think she's going to be delighted in our reactions to what she is saying.
Yeah, agreed.
That she didn't hear. the perfect thing would be if she just all of a sudden popped back in and said something like right now, but it's not going to happen. So what I will say instead is that you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/podlandercast. You can find us on Twitter at podlandercast. You can find us on Instagram just through me, but I don't really use it. I should take this one out. You can also find us on Patreon at patreon.com/podlanderdrunkcast, where you can sign up to get some rewards, including early access to episodes, bonus episodes, which we are overdue for. I should release one of those while I'm out here, and other good things. You can also, at one of those bonus levels, join our Slack channel, which is the fucking best. Thanks to everybody who has joined in the last couple weeks. We've got a bunch of new patrons, which is cool. I'll have to send out another here's how you join thing, because that always seems to be kind of a struggle for people. And we want to thank all of our amazing patrons. There are tons of them, and they are wonderful. But these folks, in particular, Amanda Newton, Ann Gavin, Ann Gibson, Beth Locke, Kara Marlowe, Katie Kirshner, Chantel Davis, Crystal Nanavati, Dr. J, Aaron Yutzi, Flourish Root, Friday Payton, Heather Moore, Ida with an I, Jenna Polkowski, Jen Lander Drunklin, Catherine Marshall Eastman, Kiki the Wise. That was great. Lori McGuire, Mary Lumpkin, Meredith Ottery, Molly Layton, Ruth McCormick, Chantal Salters, Tanner Cole, Tara Lucchino, Trish McCrary, Viv Pickles, and Kathleen Moniz. Hi, Mom. Oh, that was nice. Well, if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas to you. If you don't, I hope that you get time off of work anyway. And, yeah, Janine. Am I gonna see you when I get back in town? What are you doing for the holiday?
I'm around. I'm mosely doing alpaca crap. So,
You're alpacking those hours.
Oh,
in, huh?
Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, I'm after this. I'm going to I'm doing a shift, and then I'm helping. Then it's over. And then I'm going to play with toys. Cool. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna be in Las Vegas until Tuesday. We're flying back on Christmas. Okay. And
we'll find each other. We have a break.
We'll hang out. We have a break. All right. Guys, we will see you next week with a proper episode, we promise, and more discussion of Brianna and Roger fucking. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So